Diane in Denmark here. I've got my timer started and I'm going to do 15 minutes detailed cleaning this week's zone, which is the kitchen. And don't worry if you're confused about the Flylady Zones. Just kind of follow along with my videos and it'll all make sense. But basically we are now in the month of November, and there's a nice picture on my calendar. If you've seen me on Instagram doing my winter bathing, this is the harbour that you can see kind of in the background. Anyway, we're in the month of November, and the second week of the month is the second zone, and that's the kitchen here. And usually, you know, if you look on the Flylady website, you'll get the 5 missions in the zone, and some of them might be decluttering, some are cleaning. Usually it's a mixture of both. Please remember, you don't have to do all 5 missions. You don't need to work in this zone for 15 minutes every day. It's, and just to, someday, I get a lot of questions, the same thing about, can I do videos for people who work outside of the home, pensioners, and the Flylady system works for everybody, and you just adjust it to suit you. Nobody says that you have to be doing 3 hours of cleaning in your house every day. That isn't the whole point about the Flylady system. By doing consistently and working methodically with the zones, we're leaving all that behind. We're just, you know, moving around, we're getting into everything and doing it consistently and methodically. That is the difference with the Flylady system compared to other systems, and that's why I love it so much. Some days, you know, I do 15 minutes work, and other days I don't do any work. But generally what I do with my Flylady cleaning and decluttering is that when, you know, I do my weekly home blessing hour, do that's the main thing you should focus on if you're a new fly baby. And then once you're kind of doing the weekly home blessing hour, which is, remember, just 1 hour, the main traffic areas of your house, not the whole house, then you can start working in the zones. But I do weekly home blessing hour on a Monday. I've actually already done mine today. And then normally every day I'll maybe do 15 minutes in the zone. I might, you know, usually my decluttering, it's when, you know, I open a drawer in the kitchen and I see something, I can throw it away, recycle it, or give it away. And if I'm not doing kind of cleaning or decluttering during the day, I'm thinking of my daily focus. Like Tuesday tomorrow, I'll be planning menus and doing banking. So anyway, I don't want to get into all that. The main thing is just do what you can, and remember, and take breaks. Do not spend an hour detailed cleaning the kitchen, okay? I mean, you can do that, but make sure you do 15 minutes, then change focus another 15 minutes, and then take a break for 15 minutes. And when you're finished, you get out your pom-poms. If you haven't got a pair of pom-poms yet, get them down on your wish list for Christmas. And then you can, yeah, give yourself a rah-rah-rah, or a pom-pom salute when you're finished. Anyway, I've been talking for 3 minutes, let's go. I'm going to do my usual. I'm starting at top, working my way down. And as I said, I was in here earlier today doing my weekly home blessing. And I did, I hoovered, I vacuumed, and actually detail vacuumed. So I've vacuumed, you know, underneath the sink, and I pulled out a couple of drawers, you know, where I keep china and stuff, and just used the attachment and got in there, because sometimes some crumbs get in there. So I'm feeling really good already about this area. And there's actually not any cobwebs today, go me. And listen, if some cobwebs fall down now and I've already hoovered, it doesn't matter, all right? Let's not get perfectionist about this. You know, maybe you can't do your cleaning today, you're doing it on Friday. Just do what you can. Right, there we are. That's me done. With my feather duster on a stick. And I've seen on Instagram that some of you have done the same. I love your pictures on Instagram. Right, okay, that's that done. And when I did my detailed vacuuming in here today, I just used the attachment on the hoover and did the skirting boards, you know, the baseboards, whatever you want to call them. Because normally sometimes I do it with baby wipes, but today I saw a couple of areas that They've got a little bit of goodness knows what on it. So I'm just going to take a damp cloth and wipe those off, because I've already vacuumed them, so there's there are no dusties there. And as usual, I'm going around the room clockwise, you know, so that we don't forget anything. Okay. Oh, and actually, I just wipe the plate switches, you know, the light switches when I'm there, because it's just a damp cloth, it's not a soaking wet cloth. There's my bucket all ready to pour out on the front step like my granny used to do. The water that I was using for mopping the floor. And that's that one. And I've got more skirting boards around here, so I'm behind you, as they say in the pantomime. And I'll just do the plate switches back here at the same time. Right, that's that done. Okay, and that cloth will just go in the wash. It's an old one that I had been using at the sink, and I throw them in the wash and then use them for jobs like this. Okay, done up here, and are you ready for a scoosh, scoosh, scoosh? I think you are. Okay, got my generic window cleaner, Flylady silver cloth. As I've told you 100 times before, when you get to that part in Weekly Home Blessing where it says shine mirrors, windows, glass doors, I do them in the zone. That way I'm kind of moving around week to week. So I'm going to do these ones. So get ready for a scoosh, scoosh, scoosh. Okay, scoosh, 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 scoosh. Oh, I really need a new bottle. This one's kind of broken. Okay, there's my last scoosh. And remember, you can just go up on your tiptoes, get what you can reach. And if you've got kids, I mean, just concentrate on the bits that, you know, the kids have put their sticky fingers. See how fast that was? Basically, it's done. Okay, I need to jump up onto the kitchen counter. Don't worry, I've got my clean indoor shoes on. Just hold on and let me see if I can move around the camera. Right, apologies if I've got my big bahookie sticking up in the camera, but anyway, scoosh, 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 a wee bit more. This is a big window. There. And I've just turned over my cloth, and I'm just wiping it all forwards and backwards. You know, to clean your windows, you don't need to get out, you know, the bucket of water and all that palaver. This window needs a wee bit more because this is just in front of my sink, so it gets a wee bit splashed. Right, along the edges, the other side. There we are. Yeah, as I said, this window needs a wee bit more of a clean than the other one. Right, and I can see it, actually while I'm up here, I'm just going to do the windowsill. So actually I'll just take that cloth that I had before. And I've got a wee bit of my cleaning fluid that I keep beside my sink. A wee scoosh of that. And I really like this one. This one smells of orange and rosemary. Right, okay. Yeah, because at the end of this month we're going to be decorating, and I'll probably be decorating here a wee bit in the kitchen. Right, that's it. And do think about, well, let me just turn around. Do think about if you have a lot of things behind your sink, maybe you can put them in a small container. You know, I've got my little caddy. It makes it so much easier to clean because you can just lift up the whole thing instead of, you know, 2 sponges and a bar of soap, and you know, it really takes a lot of effort to move all that, instead of if you just have it in like you know, maybe you've got an old bowl that you've been using in another area of your house. You don't need to buy anything, just use what you've got. But by putting them together, then you can just kind of move it easily and wipe it off. Yeah, we're all about doing things in the easy way. On which subject, I'll just tell you, I don't know if you remember, I sanded this worktop down, and I just did it with a piece of sandpaper, and then I oil it with some linseed oil from IKEA. But I came up with the idea, oh, this was like 2 months back. I put my coffee maker and the kettle that we're already set up for tomorrow morning. Oh, there's what Flylady doll. I came up with the idea of just putting it on this tray, because that way, instead of the coffee dripping down on the counter and then it being difficult to remove, what I can do is, you know, if the coffee drips down there, I can just wipe it off every day, much easier, and it keeps the counters looking nice. Anyway, on with the cleaning. And I'll tell you what, as I've done the windowsill there, I'll just use this cloth and I'll do the other one, any kind of flat surfaces. So those. Just turn, you know, if you section off your cloth and turn it means that you're not needing 100 different cloths. Just lift things up, give it a wipe, and that is it. Right, that is that done. Okay, what else can I do? Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I'll turn you around the other way because I've got something I wanted to do on the fridge. So let me just move you again. Yeah, I wanted to do a few things on the fridge. First of all, maybe you want to check and see if there are any magnets or pictures that you're kind of fed up with. Mine are basically okay. I have like emergency number for, you know, the doctor in the hospital, but the rest are fine. Oh, there's a recipe. I can go back in my recipe collection, and it's for that Korean beef that was really good. Okay, that's a put away item, but the rest is okay. And listen, if you have an apron, maybe you want to throw that in the wash. I've also just thought, let me get it. Do it now principle. Do it now. I've got, we drink an awful lot of tea, and I was just thinking, it's been a long time since the tea cozy went in the wash, so I'm going to put the tea cozy in the wash. I changed my apron yesterday, so I've got a fresh apron. And, okay, so that's for the wash, and that's for my recipe collection. And if you saw my video this morning when I was talking about the Flylady mission for the day, I've got 2 pairs of kind of gardening shoes, welly boots. And I don't need both of them here because it's not so often I'm out in the garden. I'm not out in the garden on a daily basis. So I'm going to keep the Crocs because they're kind of easy to get in and out of. And my welly boots, I'm going to put those at the back door, and those are going to go in the garden shed. Yeah, because, you know, we are coming out for Christmas. We're going to be in the kitchen a lot, and we want to, you know, have lots of space to cook and decorate. The other thing I wanted to do with the freezer, is that, you know, I don't have much space in my kitchen. You've seen me decluttering the drawers, but I wanted to put down some fresh newspaper there, and I'm also going to wipe down the fronts of these. I'm not sure I'll do it right now. I'll probably do that this week, because I had the clothes swap party here the other day, and, you know, we were taking a lot of water and ice, and it's kind of spilled down a bit, so I'm going to do the fronts of those. But anyway, let me get down. I've got 2 things that live up here just because I don't have that much space in my drawers, and I don't have any overhead cabinets. And this one, let me get it down, just put it behind you. Oh, and I've also got, that reminds me, my Swedish waffle iron that you were all asking about. That's a Swedish waffle iron. Makes nice waffles. And actually, I think I'll keep that out because I might make waffles for the kids' breakfast tomorrow. Isn't it funny what you find when you're cleaning and decluttering? Right, I'm just going to get a chair because I need to stand on a thing to get on top. Right, chair from the dining room. Let's get up here and see what there is. Oh, sorry, I'm a big boohookie again. Okay, just grab these papers. And I know in somebody suggested in the Flylady thing that instead of using newspaper, you can put down cling film, but I don't really use cling film. It's not great for the environment, but I've always got plenty of free newspapers. So I can't remember who gave me that tip about the newspaper. Anyway, those are going to go out to recycling. Those are ones which are a bit dusty. I'll put those at the back door with my willy boots. Here's a new one. Here's a local newspaper. What you can see. From last week from Halloween, and this just makes it so much nicer instead of having to wipe it down. You know, it can get a bit grimy. Like that. Spread out. Well, the only other thing that I have up here is I've got one of those things for swatting flies, and those are quite useful if there's a spider that has to be removed. You know, if the kids say, "Mom, Mom, there's a spider." That's why I keep it up here. Right. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, let me just get them back up, and then that's basically the time gone. I was talking for a couple of minutes at the beginning, but we got a lot done. I've cleaned off the windowsills and I've shined the windows. And tell you what, while I think about it, I've actually got a mirror on the end of here, so if you stay with me, it'll just like take 10-15 seconds. What did I do with my, there's my silver Flylady rag. And oh, my Scoosh liquid, here it is. So I'll just quickly do that, just bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 4 mirrors. It's just ones that I got from IKEA, you know, those ones that stick on. And I like to have that because we don't have a mirror here on the ground floor, so that way you can just kind of check yourselves before we go out the door. Yeah, woohoo, go me. Gosh, I feel like I've done a lot today. And it only took 15 minutes, woohoo. Right, so I'm going to put my things away. I've got cloths to go in the wash, I've got tea cosy to go in the wash, stuff to go out in the garden, and rubbish, so that all that is left for me to do is give us a rah, 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 and a pom-pom salute. And anyway, that was it for me right now in Flylady Zone 2. Diane in Denmark, and live, love and prosper. See you soon.